What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 20 Draft Champions game. Today we are going to be doing a draft versus fellow YouTuber Dre Drizzle. His YouTube link will be in the description, and we are going to be running a secret challenge against Dre. He has no idea I'm going to be trying to do this in the game, but as you guys saw, we got Doug Peterson in the coaching round, which means we get the Philadelphia Eagles playbook on offense, which means we have Philly in our arsenal, the Philly special, and we are going to be trying to run Philly special against Dre, and more specifically trying to score a touchdown with Philly special against him, which is why I took a bit longer than I should have in the quarterback round debating which QB to take. I was actually thinking about taking Mitch Trubisky since he was the fastest QB in case we dump it down to our quarterback in Philly special and he needs to go an extra yard or two to get in the end zone. I was like, hey, maybe Mitch can get it done. But I believe Matt Ryan has actually caught a pass, even a touchdown pass in the NFL, so we'll get Matty Ice in the flow of things and see how it goes. In the Philly special play in Madden, I believe one of the wide receivers throws the ball. In the actual Philly special in the Super Bowl, the backup tight end Trey Burton threw the ball to Nick Foles. So we'll see which wide receiver ends up throwing the ball. Not quite sure how it's all going to work. I've only ran Philly special in practice mode. I've never ran it online against a real opponent. So I don't know how well it's actually going to work. As you see, we spent a while debating in round 6 between McCaffrey, Cooks, and even Jordan Reed. At the end of the day, I actually grabbed Jordan Reed right here. A little bit of a sleeper pick, but I figured, you know what, let's get two decent tight ends. I was thinking about putting McCaffrey at the receiver position. Obviously, Brandon Cooks is speed, but we already took Marquise Goodwin for speed purposes. Now we're getting to more of the defensive side of the ball here, where we have the choice of Sean Lee or CJ Mosley. It's a normal draft today as we take CJ Mosley. No team draft going on right here. We're just drafting teams, gonna play against each other, try to have some fun though. Of course, we're going to be trying to run the secret Philly objective against Dre, as we grab Chris Jones. Hopefully he can help stuff the run for us round 12. An interesting choice, but at the end of the day, we have to go with Stephon Gilmore in that situation. I like Kyle Fuller in this game, but I mean, Gilmore is a premier shutdown corner. Round 13, this is not really one of the better choices. This might be the worst round we had so far. Though we do grab Minkah Fitzpatrick, the second-year player for the Miami Dolphins, throw him at free safety. I believe he was the fastest player on the board. We have two fast, young secondary players. We'll grab Adoree Jackson over Jair Alexander. No real reason why I took Jackson over Alexander. We just did it. Round 15, we're actually going to pass up on Malcolm Jenkins here. Sorry, Eagles fans, even though it sounds like the most sense to take Malcolm Jenkins. Derwin James is just a fun player to have on your team, so we're going to throw Derwin James at the strong safety position. This draft is really slowed down from the start. We got a lot of superstars, especially on the offensive side of the ball, like Antonio Brown, even Travis Frederick, and then we got Luke Kuechly for our defense. Now we're getting pure gold rounds, around 17, where it's like, the best player here is even the best player on the board, and we're actually not going to take the highest overall player. We're going to take Trey Flowers at the right end spot. We need at least one end. We're getting close to the end of the draft. It's round 18 out of 22. They put 22 rounds in the draft. I believe it was 20 before, so they added 2 extra rounds for, I don't know, a reason, I guess, to give you a starter at every position. As round 19 comes up, once again, a kind of underwhelming round. At some point, we need another decent receiver next to Antonio Brown, so hopefully Tyler Lockett can do that, and then we put Goodwin in the slot. Round 20, even though we already have 2 safeties, Eddie Jackson is the best player on the board, and he does play pretty well in the game, so I'm actually going to grab Eddie Jackson, and we'll move Minkah Fitzpatrick to the slot cornerback position, since I don't even think we have 3 corners on our team. Round 21, the penultimate round, I'm thinking about Kittle, but we already have 2 tight ends, so we just grab Yonda. Why not? And then round 22, our final round, we have a choice of a superstar player, which we badly needed at all 3 positions here. Which one do we take? Do we either run a 2 running back system with Bell and Freeman? Do we grab Fletcher Cox to really shore up the interior? Our defensive line will be pretty set with Flowers, Chris Jones, and Fletcher Cox. Or do we get Julio Jones? Get that second superstar wide receiver along with Antonio Brown. At the end of the day, we're going to go with Julio Jones. I couldn't pass up the opportunity to pair up Antonio Brown and Julio Jones, especially in case Dre wants to run some man coverage against us. We have 2 superstar wide receivers that should break open against even the best corners in the league. So here, that looks like our team right there with Kuechly and Antonio Brown. This is his team. He also has Luke Kuechly, but he has DeAndre Hopkins and JJ Watt. So his superstars definitely have a bit more weight than ours, but I mean, we probably do have pretty even teams. We'll see how the game goes, and more importantly, if we can pull off the Philly special against Dre, if we can catch him sleeping as he starts off by trying to catch us sleeping with a sweep to Julio Jones. Got a couple of yards as Andrew Luck is going down field, trying to put his hands in the cookie jar. Kind of gets away with it since we got a tackling animation instead of an interception animation, as Trey is playing with fire early on in this game. Easy there, Trey. I know you want Julio Jones, but you can't be putting your hands in the cookie jar even when Adoree Jackson's in the area. He does end up punting the ball on 4th down and 6 to Antonio Brown, who nearly made something special happen. We didn't even get Brown a reception yet, and he's already making an impact. We still haven't gotten Antonio Brown a reception yet. We tried. Fortunately, couldn't make the catch. 2nd down. Gonna speed away from Kuechly. Get the 1st down and a lot more with Devontae Freeman until we kind of overdid it with the back juke. A little RPO to Antonio Brown. Chris Harris trying to get off the block. He can't. Brown over the defender and to the 7-yard line. Kuechly saves the touchdown. Antonio Brown making big plays. But that was a monster hit. Was that Chris Harris that just depleted our running back? That was the backup running back that came in. I guess Freeman was tired, and man, oh man, did we pay. I didn't realize I had the backup running back, or else I probably would have not even called a running play. So now we've lost possession of the ball after having a fantastic opening drive, as Dre trying to force the ball in there to DeAndre Hopkins. It looked like it was open, but I believe it was Adoree Jackson with great closing speed as we try to man up against Odell Beckham Jr. with Stephon Gilmore, our best cornerback versus what, his 3rd best receiver? He really has Julio, Odell, and DeAndre Hopkins. But there's Stephon Gilmore getting the best of them, getting the interception. What a play by Gilmore, stopping his drive after he was gaining some momentum. It's still a 0-0 game as, oh my, Devontae Freeman is looking to break open the tie, and he will. Devontae Freeman is off to the races after breaking ankles, and Devontae Freeman is in the end zone. I mean, that's why, even though we were given the opportunity to draft the likes of Christian McCaffrey and Le'Veon Bell to not only join Devontae Freeman, but start over Devontae Freeman, we kept Freeman, man. We got this Falcons duo out here. Really, the Falcons trio of Matt Ryan, Devontae Freeman, and Julio Jones. And Devontae Freeman's definitely doing his part. I passed up on quite a few Eagles, which is kind of coincidental because we took the Eagles playbook with Doug Peterson, and I didn't take, and plus we're trying to run Philly special, and I decided to pass up on the likes of Malcolm Jenkins and Fletcher Cox, but it's working out pretty decently for us so far. Trey Flowers with the sack, 4th down and 29, not really much of a choice to punt the ball. Once again, Antonio Brown trying to make something happen on the return. He's bounced it outside this time as the Ravens contain. We do actually got a pretty nice juke move in there, but I don't know who that was that brought us down. Still, though, we get great field position to start off this drive. Going to the corner, and there's a Julio Jones sighting, and a big one at that. How did Julio hang on to that ball? We will never know. Last time we came into the red zone at the goal line, we fumbled. So we'll try not to do that again. We have our actual running back Freeman in the backfield, though we're throwing the screen to Lockett. It's an RPO, and Lockett's going to make it work. He's in the end zone, and we've doubled up the lead, 14-0 to start the 2nd quarter. Dre, even though it's early in this game, might already be in a bit of trouble. Though you guys remember, his offense was looking pretty smooth last time until he threw the interception to Gilmore. And once again, Odell Beckham Jr. is proving to be a mismatch. Man coverage might not be an option for us because we can't guard Julio, DeAndre Hopkins, and Odell Beckham Jr. in man. So we might have to slow things down a little bit here, go a bit more zone coverage is how we got the interception with Gilmore, as we are able to get the sack on Andrew Luck, trying to do a little bit too much. 3rd down and 9. Luck rolling away from the pressure and throwing the interception anyways to Shaq Thompson, who is dropped into coverage and trying to take it all the way back, but he's able to make the tackle with Andrew Luck, most likely the last line defense on the play. Here comes, yes, the Philly special. Where is Matt Ryan going? What is going on? It's gonna be Antonio Brown as the quarterback, and Brown throws it over the head of Matt Ryan. That was a bit anticlimactic, but don't worry. We're gonna run that Philly special again and try to make it work, hopefully for a touchdown. Now I know how the Philly special works. You know, I'll try to set my feet next time as we try to hit Lockett on another screen, but Byron Jones having none of that. Just knocking him down to the ground. 2nd down, it's a bubble screen to Brown. We make the read, and Brown trying to fight, but Walker shuts him out a yard short. 3rd down and goal. Our fullback Elijah Penny, out of all the weapons on the team, is able to find the end zone. Now we are up 21-0, and this game is getting ugly quickly for Dre, who just has a problem of turning the ball over more than anything else right now. He just can't keep an offensive drive sustained. Here's Blake Jarwin with a decent gain. So, yeah, back to the Philly special, man. I didn't realize I was throwing on the run with Brown like that. I was trying to figure out where the routes were going. So it looks like they got 2 post routes over the top, and the quarterback just runs like a flat route. So maybe it's something we try to run at the goal line more than at like the 26-yard line. Like the Eagles did score a touchdown at the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl. And you think about Baker Mayfield getting that touchdown. The Bears, when they ran it with Cohen, throwing to Anthony Miller at the end of the game against the Giants to force overtime. That was about the 1 or 2-yard line. 3rd down and 10. He continues to try to lob it over the top, and our cornerbacks of Adoree Jackson and Stephon Gilmore have been doing a fantastic job of guarding over the top in this game. 41 seconds left in the first half. We're pinned at our own 5-yard line after a great punt as Freeman trying to squeeze his way into a space. We're going to play a bit conservatively here. Maybe look to take a shot as we call hurry up on 2nd down and inches. Otherwise, we're up 21-0. No need to jeopardize that as we're looking for Brown down the seams. If a throw is there, we will take it, but unfortunately, Jefferson is able to knock the ball out of Brown's hands. 3rd down and inches. One more time. Let's take a shot downfield, see what happens. Matt Ryan in the corner, and that's going to be caught by Marquise Goodwin using that track speed, and that might be the best throw you'll see all year from Matty Ice. That might be the worst throw you see all year. That is caught, and for some reason, Antonio Brown decided to not let us proceed. We do get to the 12-yard line, and with 6 seconds left, let's try to Philly special one more time. Is this close enough? I'm not quite sure, but it's going to be Antonio Brown once again. He's actually got a clean pocket to try to make a throw to the end zone, and it's caught. Julio Jones toe tapping in the back, and a perfect throw from Antonio Brown at quarterback. The Philly special works over Luke Kuechly, mainly because Brown sorted oh so elegantly, and Julio does the rest, keeping himself in bounds, not doing any sort of weird animation. That's why you get a Julio Jones, so we can catch a Philly special from your Antonio Brown. Of course, Antonio Brown, he might have decent throwing stats because he's thrown passes before in the NFL, and if you guys remember, he actually had an out-of-position quarterback card in Madden Ultimate Team before, so they might have shown AB some love on his throwing stats, which might have helped us run that Philly special. So at this point, Dre has given up the Philly special. He's down 28-0, and yeah, it's just about over at this point. This time, we're actually going to run the Philly special fake. There's a Philly special, and there's actually a fake to where it's more of a counter run for Devontae Freeman instead of, you know, the pitch back to Antonio Brown. Something used to try to fool your opponents. Dre didn't really get fooled too much there as we throw the interception to Walker. This game is pretty much over at this point, so not really fretting the interception too much. We're going to be skipping the last quarter here, the last quarter pretty much, just showing a couple of plays, including this one. Andrew Luck just in a ton of trouble. So Dre and I actually played a second game after this one, and we did different drafts, and that game was pretty crazy. You know, I was doing some crazy stuff in that one, trying to run with Saquon Barkley. So if you guys want to see that second game we played against Dre, he's going to be uploading that game exclusively to his channel as we throw it to the quarterback, Matt Ryan. He gets a gain of 1 yard, I think. Nice stiff arm to make sure it wasn't a loss as Matt Ryan proceeds to prove he might not be a better quarterback than Antonio Brown by missing Antonio Brown completely on the post route. That's going to be intercepted by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Minkah Fitzpatrick says, hey, thank you for drafting me. I'll reward you by getting a pick 6. Even though the game's already over, when it rains, it pours for poor Dre. So yeah, that second game you guys can see on Dre's channel. Like I said, it was a pretty crazy game. You'll definitely want to check it. And if anything, you know, definitely subscribe to Dre because he's a cool dude. You guys might remember we did a collab about a month or two ago with Draft Champions, and he's a guy I've met before. Cool dude, awesome. So, you know, I definitely would suggest at least, you know, checking out the channel, see if you guys like it. That'll be the end of the game. Unfortunately for Dre, it was a massacre out here. More importantly, though, Philly special, check. Antonio Brown, dot. Antonio Brown's quarterback rating, almost better than Matt Ryan's, and Matty Ice had a pretty good day himself. We didn't run the ball much, mainly because we were just dotting up the place. So yeah, leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed the Philly special working mainly, and plus we got the win, and we had a pretty fun game against Dre. Subscribe for more Madden 20 gameplays as we continue. This is what we do. We do silly things on this channel. We don't go try hard. We just try to have fun. If you guys want to watch Madden videos where we just try to have fun, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching.